Hey there, this is Morgan Fleur-de-Lis, the champion of freedom. Thank you for watching this video. This is part of our ongoing series on metaphors. Now, if you snuck into this video, please go back, do yourself that favor, get with the first video and follow along through it, because there's important concepts that have already been covered, and I want to make sure you get the most out of this series and that it benefits you and your business. All right, so let's get rocking and rolling with our series where we're talking about the 4 major parts of creating a winning metaphor and metaphors within your business. And part 2 was know your client. This is so important, guys. Frequently, you'll see people that are only focused on themselves. They're only focused on their wants, needs, and desires. They're chasing money, and it's not getting them the results that they want. So we're going to focus here on the client. Know your client. So let me give you an example from the book. The book that we're using, by the way, is Metaphorically Selling, if you stuck into this video. And it's from Ann Miller. It's a great book. Go get it. All right. So she says right here, know your client. All right. So the number 1 rule in selling is to put your client in the center of any communication. Right. What you know about your client is as important, if not more so, than what it is you want to say. The same principle holds true in the creation of a winning metaphor. For it to work, it must draw on images and emotions from your client's world, right? So think about your ideal avatar, which is a completely different training that we'll end up doing, of figuring out who's the perfect person you want to do business with. Who's my target market? Who am I actually reaching out to and showing them my services, my businesses, my team, having them connect with me as an individual? How do I connect with that unique target audience, right? We also have to know a lot about that target audience. So let's say your target audience is teachers, right? And you're going to help teachers create freedom in their lives. You're targeting specific teachers that are burnt out, they're looking to get out of the teaching profession, right? And they don't know what they're going to do, right? They've been in it for a few years and it just, for whatever reason, is not working for them, right? And I know people who've done this, right? And recruited dozens and dozens of teachers directly into their businesses and helped create freedom for many of them, right? So what's the challenges they're facing? What is their motivation to find a way out of the teaching profession? What solution are you offering that would be rewarding to them? Why did they become a teacher to begin with, right? Learn as much as you possibly can about that particular type of individual, craft language and craft metaphors in which will relate to that world, right? So really know your client. When you can speak their lingo and you can use metaphors in which would relate to your target audience, most of the work's done for you, right? You don't need to convince them. You don't need to twist their arm. You don't need to go and chase them around town and call them up and do all that nonsense. You can just create a winning presentation targeted towards them. All right? So it's very, very powerful to know that. So we're going to move right to, on this one, the summary and then some action exercises. All right? So here's the summary. The briefest of encounters can supply you with a snapshot you need to create an appropriate metaphor for your sale. Even when you're denied a face-to-face meeting, you'll always know something about a prospective client and his world to create metaphors that will be meaningful to him, right? So you don't have to go to the school. You don't have to sit in the English class and figure out exactly what's going on. You know, there's ways to do that with just internet research, right? Right? And maybe communicating with other teachers that are in the industry that just for research, right? Just so you can get to know more about teachers, right? Snapshot prospects by drawing on there, all right? So here's what we're going to do. This is what you want to do. You want to draw on their personal background. You want to know about their industry in general. Industry/business. You want to know what kind of common knowledge exists. I'll learn how to spell. Any teachers here watching? They'll make fun of my spelling and my handwriting. And then their general life experiences. These are the things that you're going to put together to actually know your client, know your ideal avatar. So when you're creating winning metaphors, you can put these pieces of the puzzle together. All right? So here is your exercises. Think of 3 clients, one of whom you know fairly well, one of whom you've spoken to or met only once, and one whom you have yet to make contact. So think of those 3. Someone you know fairly well, someone you've met maybe once or twice, and then one you haven't actually contacted at all. And think of the name of a client that you know well. That's number 1. Think of the name of a client you've only met twice or maybe once or so. And then think of a name of someone that you're going to contact, right? And then use the categories below to create a snapshot for each. So personal knowledge. Are they male, female? Are they a Gen Xer? Are they a yuppie? Are they a boomer? Are they a senior citizen? Are they married, single? They have a family? You know, where do they live? Where did they grow up? Where have they lived? Past tense, the other different locations, right? What's their education background? What's their interest? What's their passions? Sports, hobbies? What do they read? What are they proud of? Do they have a serious or a lighthearted temperament? Are they conservative? Are they progressive? Are they a risk taker? Are they a follower or a leader? How is the client dressed? What's in the client's office, right? So think about that in terms of using the word prospect. How about their business, right? The industry, their business. What position are they in? What industry are they in? What past jobs have they had? What past industries have they been in? What's the dynamics of the client's business? What's their achievements, their failures, their clients, the share price of a company if you're dealing with something like that, right? Is the company growing? Is it shrinking? Is the industry leader, are they an industry leader or an upstart? And then you can break this down into a personal level, like, is someone in a career field that's growing, right? Or is it shrinking? Is someone at risk of losing their job because of layoffs, right? As a home-based business owner, internet marketing, network marketing, your job is to create solutions based off of their industry, part of your ideal avatar, right? And then we're going to move to common knowledge, right? So common knowledge. Events in the news today affecting the client and or his business, right? So this is where you can get topical, right? And so if you're targeting teachers and you've set up some Google alerts and you keep your ear to the ground when it comes to what's going on in the teacher's world, you know, unions and contracts and health insurances and layoffs and expansion and retraction and their frustrations with the testing processes and student sizes within a classroom, all these different things. What can you put into your marketing that might be topical, that is talking to them in their industry, right? Because you want to have that relatability, right? Cultural news, movies, television shows, performances, current events and sports, the economy, the world, right? How can you relate to your client? What's the common knowledge that can bring the two of you together? And then life experiences, general life experiences. So I mean, what the weather, the rush hour traffic, raising children, dieting, exercise, home improvement, computer problems, programming, like a DVD player or something like that, car trouble, vacation experiences. What's just some general common stuff you guys can just communicate with general life experiences. So this is part of knowing your client. It's all part of the exercises to creating and crafting a winning metaphor. My name is Morgan Fleur-de-Lis, the champion of freedom. I thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned because we've got some exciting stuff coming forward. All right? Take care.